3. Oh man, it's weird not having Dave here. SPI.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah,
We're
we got to
back
bring
in.
energy this time. We're back.
Dude, we don't have we have new intro music, and we also don't do it live on the pod right now because the system does not.
Show love.
Yeah, we're not here for that right now. We'll
Yeah.
do it in post. We'll fix it in post. But we
And-
do have uh
Oh, I gotta hear
our
this one.
our great guest, our favorite guest, one of two from Points Made.
Podcast.
Chrissy, how you doing?
My boys, what's going on? What's going on?
You know, it's been good vibes over here on the offside beignets slash no side beignets because it's no longer off. I know that's for sure. We're
Oh
full
yeah,
on.
we're full send. Let's get
We're
it.
full
Yeah.
send, babe. We're full send beignets. That's
I'm down. I'm here for it. Full send. Let's go.
yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Um, we're here to talk about the NBA trade deadline, all the news, all the things that's happened, the good, the bad, the
ugly.
questionable, and also we can talk a little bit of the Super Bowl. I know probably there's been enough coverage between both of us, both of our platforms about the Super Bowl and how we feel about it. Real quick, just want to say if you haven't already, follow your people that you see on the screen in the top left, the top right, and the center middle. That's fire,
that
right
way.
there.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta drop my app on
Yeah.
there.
And
Yeah.
you've never done that, mind you. You've never.
My bad. You know what? I say petty things on here, and then like I also like
Yeah,
promote
nothing
the
to hide.
pod. I'm just gonna promote the pod.
Yeah, I'm not at Damaged Commanders fan yet. We're not fully hurt yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's still Damaged DC fan though on Twitter on all platforms.
I mean,
And,
you can keep it that way.
yeah, man.
You don't have to go crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, like, if you were to read this, it's not what's under my face.
Yeah, this is
How long will you be damaged?
I mean, look at DC sports right now.
No, dude. I mean, I get it. I get it
broken.
from a half perspective because of the Wizards. I can give a damn about the Commanders, but I'm just saying,
mean,
like,
yeah, the Cowboys suck too, so it doesn't really matter.
12-5. 12-5.
We both won the same amount of playoff games, but we're not going there. We're not here to do that. We're not. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that. We're not here to do that. I don't want to be that guy. They're trying to make me that guy.
Who's they?
Who is they?
Wait. Wrong way.
No, wrong way, dude. He's not here.
Them too.
That's true. Shout out to Dave. Dave had to go handle some stuff, so he's not here. So is brother Amir. Brother Amir is not here because he also had to hold some stuff down. But here we are. Let's go to the top of the news cycle. The biggest trade of the day, of the year, maybe.
I don't know.
Last 5 years, biggest trade? No, that's not true. What happened the last one?
It's been some crazy stuff.
Some crazy trades. Either way, the biggest trade that matters to me and basketball fans alike. CJ McCollum is now a Pelican. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I mean, that is still the biggest trade to me. But Harden got up out of there, and Ben Simmons won.
Yeah,
or did he?
No,
Let's talk about it.
He won.
Did Ben Simmons won? Is consensus?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think Ben Simmons won. Because I think Ben Simmons probably won the trade. He doesn't have to go playing basketball ambiguity hell in Sacramento. He didn't get traded to like Indiana for Sabonis.
He didn't get sent to DC or hell for Beal,
Yeah.
He got sent to the Nets.
I think this is a win for Daryl Morey. This is a win for James Harden. I think this is a win for everybody involved. This is a win for Embiid because he doesn't have to sit there, and say "Rest in peace, Bozo." Like
that tweet was hilarious.
Tweet of the year, because there's no one better. There's no. I'm surprised. Most athletes would have deleted that after 2 minutes. It's still there. I checked this morning. It's still there. That is an insane picture because only a few select individuals understand what that picture means.
The fact that it was no caption or nothing, it was a definition of if you know, you know. And
Like that is elite levels of like he just understands the internet. He's one of my favorite follows on the internet.
Yeah,
Embiid,
for sure.
but Embiid won. I guess Tobias Harris won in some way. He didn't get traded to the slums. You know, he didn't have to go travel. I think anybody who had to travel with Ben Simmons to go play basketball had like a 10% loss. Like, does Steph Curry really want to go play with Ben Simmons? I haven't heard. Do they really want him to come back? They may have said that, but we'll know for sure. And James Harden gets to go parlay in strip clubs in Philly. So,
Oh yeah, him and Meek Millie about to get lit. I can't wait for the
yeah,
Instagram photo.
you
It's gonna be
probably
crazy.
you probably at the air at the airport waiting for him to touch down as we speak. Just
Yeah,
like,
him and
come
little
on.
baby gonna fly in from Brooklyn. It's gonna be a great thing. Can't wait.
We can't do anything but travel together. That's in the contract.
Oh yeah, he has a room in little baby studio. They just never told anybody.
What?
But on both sides though, how do you see these two teams in the East now? Like, do you think both teams got better after this?
I think because what Embiid's the leading scorer right now in the league, right? He leads the league in scoring.
I did not know that. I
He's
have
up
not
there.
checked.
I know he's top 5.
I think both teams, like, it benefits both teams, right? So Ben Simmons obviously gets to get out of Philly, out of that situation, toxic, I guess, in his eyes. Goes to the Nets, not going to be asked to do a lot like he was in Philly. For home games, he'll probably will because Kyrie not there. But I'm saying from a defensive standpoint, he helps them tremendously. He could still like run the floor if needed, and he's not going to be asked to shoot. I think packaging him and Seth Curry was a really good move for the Nets.
And Drummond is going to get you 10 boards just off of existing. Like, he may not be the Andre Drummond he was, but
yeah,
you're getting 10
still,
boards for absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he's still yeah. I think he shows value as well. So I don't know. I don't know from the Sixers standpoint. Embiid's going to do what Embiid's going to do, with the addition of Harden. Harden hasn't really impressed me for some time now, so I'm not sure how it's going to look.
Define sometime.
Like when it was announced he went to the Nets and they were like, oh, they're dangerous. I wasn't really sold. I wasn't sold. I wasn't sold on it. No, I wasn't sold on it.
You'll never have to buy it.
I still think Kevin Durant. That's one of the best top 3, top 2 players in this league. When healthy, Kyrie, we know what Kyrie can do. Harden. I knew it wasn't going to work when it happened.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
And now look,
you were right. 12 games. That's all
I was about to say.
They were 16. I think they played 16 together.
16 games. Yeah,
16. They went 13-3 together.
Yeah.
So based on them only playing 16 games together, this is easily the greatest what if NBA team of all time, right? Because Kyrie, Harden, and Durant played 16 basketball games. They won 12, 13? Like, it was 13. A great record 13. When they played. They just never played together ever in 2 seasons. They just never played together.
Yeah.
And they never will.
It's crazy. COVID took away the chance of watching potentially, well, not just COVID, but also injury. Injury and COVID took away the potential of seeing one of the greatest combinations of I'm going to give you a bucket players
of scores
in modern NBA history. Like Kyrie, KD, and James Harden are probably 3 of the top 5 ISO score players in basketball. They put him on the same team with Joe Harris and somebody who can just go grab a rebound when they miss.
Blake Griffin, yeah.
That's insane. But it never worked out.
Do y'all think that it proves the fact that just because it's a bunch of superstars on a team that it can work?
I can't really say that because COVID, Kyrie not getting vaccinated is most of the reason this trade even happened. If he gets the shot, I don't think he gets traded. All right, we're playing together, cool. But what? KD getting hurt, you got a point guard that don't want to take a shot. He's literally part-time. I understood Harden's frustration. Dude, I'm the only one really playing right now. But I came here to play with all 3 of y'all. Why am I running with just Patty Mills and Blake Griffin? This is not what I came here for. And I just can't wait for the. I don't know what the hate is on James Harden, but we all know how this goes. He gets traded, the fat suit comes off, he loses the 10 pounds, and we go back to 30 a game. Like I don't know why people like are scared or saying it's not gonna work. Just wait, man. It's gonna be 30 and 10 all over again. Just he has to get the fat suit off first.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bad look for James
That's
in the
horrible.
sense of, you know, this is the second team in a year, 2 seasons, but in a year, yearly calendar, he's been traded twice, basically.
And he quit on, like you just said, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. If you don't want to play with that, what do you want to like? Who are you going to go play with?
Daryl Morey, clearly.
I see.
Pretty much, yeah.
When Daryl was gone, James was like, "Take me with you," and Daryl was like, "I will do my best." And here we are. But big win for Daryl, man. Everybody told him he had to go get DeMontis Sabonis. Everybody told him, go get De'Aaron Fox, man. That's the trade. Get some return. He was like, no, I want a superstar caliber player. And everyone laughed at him. To quote the famous TikTok, ain't shit funny no more. Because he wouldn't got his man. Didn't they get someone else in the trade too? They got James Harden and
I think who was
Paul
it?
Millsap.
Yeah, I think it was either him or Aldridge. I knew it was an old forward.
Yeah,
But still.
Paul Millsap. I mean, he's not the same player. We're not going to sit here
Absolutely
and be like, yeah, great addition, more forwards for a team that has too many. No, but you know, this does it. I think Philly will be the team that has more pressure. Oddly enough, just because I mean, Ben Simmons will. Let's be real, bro. Brooklyn is a big market because it has money. No one, I couldn't count on my fingers how many Brooklyn Nets games I have sat there and decided to watch because it's the Brooklyn Nets. I wanted to see other matchups, like I wanted to see them play like the Suns, or I wanted to watch them play Milwaukee because of the storylines and stuff. But you know, they haven't been healthy, so like you know what KD gonna go out there and do. He's getting this 27 on like 60% shooting, and that's it. We know what happens when Kyrie is out there. He's gonna have some magical moments. Why is this guy not a top 10 NBA player again? And you know, when James is on it, bro, he's the best ISO player in the league, in my opinion, when he's like at his top class game. So when it wasn't all three, it's like, do I want to watch Houston James or half Houston James?
That's what I'm gonna say. It wasn't even Houston James, so it was just bad basketball.
Do I want to watch the Cavaliers Kyrie without LeBron again?
Yeah.
We've seen the solo acts of all these players, except for I guess KD, right? We haven't seen the solo act with him, but we did kind of this season though, right? Like at times James was hurt with the hamstring that's lasted 6 months. We've seen these things, so it's like, man, I don't even like watching Brooklyn. And also Brooklyn is not the basketball team out there. It's the Knicks. They still sit here and talk about and argue about Julius Randle arguing with his coach over the Brooklyn Nets making another huge trade in the same calendar year. Same, like less than a day, less than like 365 days. They made an equal amount of blockbuster trade.
Yeah, it's weird how James Harden kind of like went in, took all the young players basically from the Nets old roster. Then he gets traded for the rest of the Sixers roster, and it's all revolving him. Like it's all revolving him. Yeah. Crazy. He forced out of both of those.
Yeah, I do think it is weird though that you think the Houston fans have a right to feel some type of way because what they got back for James Harden,
absolutely,
and what the Nets just got? Because I would feel some type of way.
But when the Nets fans feel some type of way because of how Karis LeVert and old boy with the Jared Allen, how they're performing in Cleveland. Well,
but that's what I was about to say. Like they messed it up the first time. Like they could have gotten both of them, and Houston said no, so they sent them to two different locations. If Houston just says okay, you have Jalen Green, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen right now, but instead you have Jalen Green. That's it.
Right. And to be fair, I think The Nets could have kept Jared Allen too. They didn't
I think
have to
so
give him
too.
up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too. I think one of them could have been saved, but
Yeah, and I just think like the haul that Ben Simmons, or sorry, that Harden just cost the Sixers. There's just no way you can't tell me that couldn't have been negotiated from Houston. I think Daryl Morey and the owner or whoever is running Houston Rockets right now, they was like they was beefing. It was like we not trading shit to
Yeah,
nobody,
yeah, yeah.
and
We're
that
not
was
giving up
it.
nothing.
Like there was reports that he was supposed to go there last year, and it fell out, and then he went to the Nets. Like they found a way to push it to the Nets, and then the reports came back that James Harden wanted to go to the Sixers and team up with Morey. Right? It's never been about playing. I feel like it's never really been about going to play with Embiid for Doc Rivers or anything like that. For some odd reason, everything is about the connection with his former
Daryl Morey.
GM. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the selling point. That's the story. So I think
But like in all seriousness, no. How overpowered is this pick and roll between Harden and Embiid about to be? Like
it's the
all bias
it's,
is like
it's the best in basketball.
like
There's there's there's
even
nothing really to
even
compete
falling
with.
off Harden and Embiid, right? And the way Embiid's playing right now is a scary pick and roll duo. Like
How do you guard that? You can't double both. So
no, you
how do you
can't.
guard that?
And Tobias Harris is decent as a third option. Like if
Yeah.
he's your third guy, that's cool. Like you can work
18 a
with that.
game.
Yeah,
You have one
exactly.
of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Thibault. Um, and
Maxi's
Maxi's
made a
Maxey.
huge jump this year.
I don't know how he's gonna play off of Harden, but we're gonna see. I'm
What's
Like,
excited.
the
I need Houston Harden. Now, I need off ball. I'm shooting everything
rest
because
in
I don't.
peace to the free throw line, dog?
Oh man, you got some of the
Oh,
two big five.
Harden and Embiid at the line. It's going to be the longest
Telling
games of
you.
all time.
They're gonna
It's
go
going to be the
get 20
longest
free
games in the
throws apiece.
NBA.
20, at least 20 apiece.
What's the expectation right now for the Sixers as far as playoff push and the postseason?
I don't know. The East is the more competitive league right now, or
It is,
conference.
yeah.
Especially
Hmm.
in terms of like depth. Like
Yeah,
Golden
like
State and Phoenix are running away with the West.
Hmm.
right. And like
The-
I dare to say Golden State after the Curry, the Curry record, they've been kind of lackluster. They definitely missed Draymond for sure, and the Clay return has
Yeah,
been good, but it hasn't been. It's not like Clay Thompson from 2 years ago, right? They're
right.
going through their own growing pains.
But Steph hasn't been Steph though.
That's true too, and that's the thing. Like I don't know. I'm not saying that if like the Warriors were in the East, they wouldn't be a top seed, but I am
That no,
saying,
that's crazy. But
yeah, I am
like
saying that they're not like the same Warriors. They're just a playoff team right now. I feel like rather
Yeah,
than
like
right, the
they're
Knicks
not. It's
just beat
not
them last night.
dominance. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, the East is definitely. I mean, the margin from the number one seed to the eighth seed is like 7 games, whereas in the West, I think it's like 17 games. So
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like you can do the gap between like Golden State and Phoenix and everybody else, and it'll probably be bigger than the gap of the one seed
even
and
between
the eight.
the Suns and the Warriors, it's a 4.5 games.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
it's just
and
they're
you got the
already set in
Grizzlies.
stone.
Yeah, it's
The
locked.
East, the East has 6 good teams that could probably 5 good teams that could really make a run for it, and they're all within 2 or 3 games of each other.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But it's gonna be weird to me if the Nets make this trade and they still beat Philly. Like
yeah.
if they
That would
beat
be
if
crazy.
they beat Philly in a playoff series after making this trade, what do you do if you're Daryl Morey? Like you traded for Harden, got Embiid, and still lost to the Nets. Like
I don't see
how?
that happening. If Kyrie is able to play um in Brooklyn and Kevin Durant is healthy and that team is healthy, I don't see it happening. Could it go 6 games? Sure.
So what? Sixers and 6 is what you're saying?
I mean, I don't know because who's about to guard Embiid?
Who's guarding KD?
There's no
It's
one
this.
guarding Embiid in the league in
And I
that
can say the same thing
on
for
that
KD. They
conference.
cancel out.
Yeah, and then who's guarding Harden on? I mean, Ben Simmons. I mean, like it's going to be the most if it ever happens, right? Because I'm gonna be the first to say this is a James level take here.
Oh no! All right,
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
God,
sit
I
back. Let
thought
me
we
get
left this
comfortable.
in October,
I'm
bro.
gonna get
Okay.
comfortable, man. Hold on, let me get comfortable. All right,
how can we be how much confidence can we really have in Kevin Durant's health? That's just all I have to say. Like, I'm not gonna go overboard with that. I'm just saying he's been having routine injuries and setbacks about certain things for like a year plus now.
yeah. Ever
And
since he
Well,
got hurt in
torn
that,
Achilles, that's different, like that.
yeah, I mean, after the Achilles, like it's got clearly, like that puts strain, like the recovery for that, and all that puts
What's
strain
his
on other
injury now?
parts of your
It's a
body.
hamstring injury.
it's a
I
lower
think,
leg. I don't know which
yeah, it's a
exact
lower
part it
leg
is.
injury. Like I think I think it's a strain.
But I think it's
Uh,
better it's happening now than it
Right,
is,
right, right.
yeah,
after
and
All-Star break.
and they're being very careful because I think they really want to make a playoff push near the back end. But they're the eighth seed right now, the Brooklyn
Mhm.
Nets.
Or the
That's
8 seed.
Again, for me, it's not even about like wins right now and seeding, because I feel like you could still be dangerous at a lower seed depending
Yeah,
on your
especially in the
matchup.
East.
Yes, exactly. And it's like for them to be an 8 seed right now, that's like we talked about, it's like 4.5 games behind, or like 6 games behind the number 1 seed. But even in that margin between 4 and 8, they're still like they can move up, is what I'm saying. Like we still got a lot of basketball left if
But
y'all are concerned about seeding.
But you know how wild it would be if you were the Heat to win the East and you get the Nets round one. Like that's insane.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the Nets are your
But nobody's
2-7.
talking about the Heat. Like they are a really
They're
good
really good.
team. And I'm taking it back to the year they went in the bubble when they went to the finals. Like they were slept on back then because everybody thought the Bucks were going to just walk away with the East. And I put my money on the Heat going all the way to the finals. I got laughed at, but it's okay
You made
because
some money that year because
no
they
one,
made it.
yeah, but like nobody was like looking at them like that. And I feel like it's the same thing now. Like they giving them, like, I feel like, to me at least, they getting Utah Jazz treatment. Like when the Utah Jazz are like number
No,
1
I
seed.
wouldn't even say Utah Jazz. It's just that it's so much like elite star power in the East right now. Like Harden
Yeah,
and
there
Embiid are on
is.
the same team. Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Like I love Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
We have the same birthday. That's my guy. But
Not birthday twins.
that's my guy. So that's my guy. But like, if he's the best player of your team in this Eastern Conference, what are we really
Depth
doing?
wise and committee, like you still got Kyle Lowry, you still got Big Bam. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
sometimes star power.
But even the Nets are still deep. Like they never got rid of Joe Harris. They never got rid of Blake.
He's
Like,
out. I think he's out. He's out for the season though.
Is it the season? It's the season? I knew he was hurt,
I
but I
think
didn't
it's
know
the
if he was out for the
season.
season. But like they still have depth around whenever he does play Ben, and they still have depth too. So it was like these are 3 or 4 like good rosters in the East, not just star, but good rosters in the East. But they still end up top 4, top 5 because they're good, and Eric Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the league,
if not the best in the East.
Yeah. Budenholzer isn't good. He just has Giannis. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Nah, for real, because he was on the hot seat that year they went to the finals. Because if he didn't make them at least that far, he was getting cooked.
Exactly, especially with
done.
the injuries in the finals. It's like, bro, you gotta if you had lost to just Kevin Durant in the conference finals last year, you gotta
Who
go.
was putting up 50
triple doubles too. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, if you literally lose to one man with Giannis and the team they had, it has to be you. Like, I don't want to say it has to, but it has to be you. But he won the chip, luckily. I think he had the extra motivation of I might get fired, so I should probably go win this thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I forgot. I forgot that even happened. Like we were really this close for that team to kind of blow
collapse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it up, or like do something like make
And it couldn't
monumental
even
changes.
blow up because they were low key in cap hell. They had just extended Middleton. They had just signed Drew Holiday.
Right.
And
Giannis
then
is getting
they had
paid.
Giannis under the supermax. So it was like it's gonna collapse, but they would have to run it back again. They would have no choice.
Yeah.
Unless give it to some role players or whatever. But luckily for them and for Budenholzer, they didn't. So
Yeah.
that's also another team to look at.
You know who's also like low key 34 and 21 right now? The Cleveland Cavs are the 3 seed in the East right now.
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
low key.
Yeah.
They have
very
the same,
loud.
They have the same record as the Bulls right now, and we
the
know
Bulls
how.
are another team that could go. They.
No, I actually like their. I like their roster a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like literally opening week, I was like, out of everybody in the East, they have the best depth coming off the bench, starting 5. the way that they got these pieces in the offseason and still were able to retain Levine, and the only thing that they dumped off was marketing. Like very impressed.
And
very impressed. And Billy Donovan is a good coach too.
He got credit in OKC personally. They never really gave him a team like that.
As you can see, another member of the Westbrook paradox. I'm gonna be real. I can't wait for I can't wait for that Thunder documentary.
Ooh. Now that Russ 30 for 30 is gonna be insane. I can't wait.
I need the whole three. I need a last dance of those three. Just talking it out. I need a red table talk of James, Kevin, and Westbrook.
Russ isn't showing up.
No, because I saw a post of like all these like they weren't all in OKC at the same time, like all of them, but it was like at least 9 players that are considered like top to mid tier right now. You had like obviously the iconic 3: Harden, Westbrook, Durant. Then you also had Oladipo, Jeremy Grant, Sabonis was there,
right?
And then I'm like missing a couple more, but
like even if you want to go on those same Thunder teams, like you said, mid tier players like Reggie Jackson.
Oh, PG. You had PG there. You had Chris Paul. Like
you had Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka in his prime. Like you had all these players in there. You like these are good NBA players, and they have nothing. They don't try to win now. They don't try to win.
Presti's a tanker. He got all them picks.
He likes draft picks, obviously.
He's going.
Did he find a way to get any in this deadline? Did he find a way?
I think
OKC was quiet.
I think he's settled. But let's move to another potential tankathon, the Washington Wizards.
You know what? It's like a semi tank. You know, I'm not gonna say full.
No. Y'all won't full tank it until March when it's.
Oh, this is an announcement. Washington teams don't know how to fully tank on purpose. It's not a thing.
I don't know.
Hey man, I said you guys were the Spurs of the East, but for different reasons. Because y'all just
we definitely like the Spurs now with trading for Kristaps Porzingis out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hey,
that was smart, bro. He dumped off
was.
2 contracts, bro. Like 2 horrible contracts. Like he got a bad one back, but it's not that bad.
My Twitter name was Spencer Dinch for a long time. Like that's how bad it's gotten.
No, but seeing him in person, I don't know if you've been to a game this year, but seeing him play in person, he's just really bad. Or he just didn't really fit well with this team. I don't know. Niggas was making fun of him saying that all he talked about was Bitcoin and crypto and all that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. This was just on the court he was bad. And then you have like podcasts like just saying they don't like dude. Like
have you been in any of the spaces on Twitter?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Wizard spaces? Of course.
Yeah.
But it's like they were just like they don't like playing with bro. Like he's tried leadership tactics and they just said no. Like off and on the court just wasn't good. And Davis Bertans has been doing cardio in the NBA.
Yeah, no, he's been poor. And when I was at the game last week or earlier this week, he didn't get in the game until about 6 minutes left in the fourth. So that's when I was like, oh yeah, he's cooked. He's about to get traded immediately.
Right. But he didn't play that much when he wasn't.
He's not good. And I think he got overpaid too. And I was like, I don't even know how they're going to get rid of this. It's like the Wizards constantly put themselves in like messed up contract situations. I love John Wall to death, but his contract was ridiculous.
That was the one that was very bad, but he had to do it. Everything else though, what are we doing? Like, what are you paying that with Bertans that much?
I will say though, it's weird though, because the Bertans contract, the Wizards people made it seem like this was, for some reason, they had to retain Bertans. They could have let him walk.
I don't know why. And that was the year he went to the 3-point contest, right? And he
we won 30 games. Yeah.
Like I don't understand.
It's because he was a big wing that could shoot.
He was giving you 13 1-and-1 on 3 threes, bro. No boards, no assists. 13 1-and-1 at 7 foot, bro.
He had like a Tony Snell stat line like last season where he did nothing and had 28 minutes.
I know Kristaps Porzingis is bad, but Cuban and them must not be watching Wizards basketball to trade for both of them at the same time.
Those are 2 bad contracts. Like they gotta pay Dinwiddie 50 mil through 3 years, bro.
There's still 60 mil left on Bertans' card. I don't understand the deal at all from the mass perspective.
And that's why I said Tommy Shepard can't draft for shit. but can make a good trade when needed. I mean, except the Russ and John Wall, I think that was like a flush because those were 2 bad contracts. But the way he was
It
able to
almost happened again.
yeah.
It almost happened again in Houston. Oh man, that's
and we got a second round pick off that too. So it was just like
I didn't even need to see the pick. I saw Spencer Dinwiddie was in the trade. I'm like, cool. It could have been straight up Porzingis for Dinwiddie. I would have been fine. I was like, Bertans too. Celebration. We were lit.
I felt like it was a white flag move. Just hey man, we're like as a Pelicans fan, trust me, as having a GM of the name of David Griffin who has made some mistakes. I understand when an organization is trying to clean up the mess because and that was a mess cleanup. They said, hey, these were mistakes. These were not good. We're gonna do something about this right now.
See, I agree with them trading Porzingis. I see the vision, but what they got
Luka
back,
and him didn't. Yeah,
right. But what they got back is only going to make their problems worse.
Right? Worse, yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I was speaking on the Wizards front. You guys,
oh yeah, we knew how bad it was.
For me, it was good and bad. I mean, like we said, just dumping off those contracts, and then you still got Kyle Kuzma like under a deal for like how many more years? Like 2 years. He's like a player option after next year. I'm not sure.
I think Kyle Kuzma gets traded next year.
Watch your mouth.
I don't think so, man. I think he's the
street Kyle Kuzma. I think he's the franchise.
He's flourishing in DC, man.
You street Kyle Kuzma is going nowhere, brother.
I see him as I saw Josh Hart. They are the soul, but they're too good to stay there. They're gonna have to go. You rehabilitated him. You did the job.
Nah, man.
Now it's time for him to go.
Won't get him in a Pelicans jersey, brother.
No. I don't think. No.
You think he's gonna go back to the Lakers?
No, I think he'll end up getting sniped in Portland. I think Dame may go ask for him. Go get Kuz.
That franchise is hell. I know you're coming for our franchise, but
Portland is absolute poverty, man. We're bad, but Portland poverty, man.
I mean, it's not great, and then even then they beat the Lakers. So what does that tell you? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to dedicate a solid 8 minutes on shitting on the Lakers.
we can dedicate one to that every pod, bro. Every week, just 8 minutes to destroying the Lakers because it's bad.
That team is bad.
They lost to the JV Portland Trailblazers, bro. What is the Portland Trailblazers G League team name? They lost to them.
Oh my god!
I don't even know.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't even know what to say because they really are bad.
Yeah, the trade deadline is done. So that's the thing. It's like
you have to sit with this for the rest of the season.
And I don't know who's coming out of the buyout market because I know it's
that's what they're waiting for. Crumbs, bro.
You think Spencer Dinwiddie's getting bought out? No. Do you think like who?
Anybody that's over the age of 26 that plays on the Rockets?
They're not buying out Christian Wood. They're not buying out anybody. Like I just don't see a lane for them to go find. Like this is what's gonna fix us. This is the guy who's gonna go get bought out and we can bring in.
They tried to make something work with the Knicks. It fell through. They tried to do I think they tried to trade Russ to Sacramento for Buddy Hield. Sacramento declined.
Yeah.
And then they tried to do Wall for Westbrook again. I think that fell through. I don't know, man. It's not looking good. But I never doubt my guy, so I'm not doubting LeBron right now. We still got a lot of time left. But
it's at the point now. This not on Bron, man.
No, it's not. Even when he was looking earlier in the season, they were losing all them games.
That's what I'm saying. Like AD's back and they still suck. Like, what do you say now? Like,
I'm gonna say this as like I may look like I'm taking the hater victory lap, but
I mean I kind of am too because we fleeced the Lakers in that Westbrook trade to this day.
Yeah, y'all did, and I'm happy y'all did because we told y'all. We told y'all what the real Anthony Davis is. This is my go and take. I think the bubble season, the bubble 3 months, everything was a fluke. Everything
that's not crazy. I went back and heard it. Yeah, there was like, remember it took a 4-month break to give LeBron and AD
100%
time to
rest.
just sit.
These like LeBron won at a.
If the Heat were to win, would it be the same thing? Like if I'm just like if another team would have won, would
I
it be the
still would
same
have
thing
called it. I
excuse?
mean, they would
I
have
wouldn't
called
have
it
called it
fluky
fluke.
from the jump.
No, I
They
wouldn't
didn't
have.
call it fluky because LeBron won. But if the Heat won, it was, hey man, they're not doing that ever again.
It depends.
Fluky.
No, I don't think if you beat LeBron and AD that year, I feel like you can't call it fluke.
I
You
can
might
think.
call the road to it fluke maybe because the East was a little weird in the bubble when it comes to the playoff until the second round. But to get there and win, it's like we beat LeBron, bro. You can't call it a fluke.
And yeah, that's fair. I think the playoffs were exciting. It was fun. Things were happening, but there is some stuff that was not. There is some truth in the bubble, and there is some fallacies.
Sure.
TJ Warren at this point is a fallacy. Like,
I forgot he had that bubble run. Yo,
Oh
exactly
yeah,
right.
yeah,
bubble
Things,
TJ Warren
yeah.
was a thing. Wow.
things were
It was.
happening there. I'll just say this: the Anthony Davis you saw in the bubble is that will probably be his known peak as an NBA basketball player, and it will never see it again because brother is he is the dude from SpongeBob who's dressed in paper and has bones for like glass bones,
In
and
paper
I just
skin?
can't, yeah, in paper skin because that's just really what he is. He was Matador defense against Nurkic of all people, bro. Like he just stands there and puts his hands up and expects people to like he like sometimes it blocks it just because he's so tall. Like he's not trying out there to really take on this team and be a LeBron brought you in here so that way he doesn't have to do
Do
this no
this, right?
more. His
And
back is tired. He just wants to go home and drink wine and be with his family and make movies and potentially win the NBA title in between. Right now, LeBron is LeBron is this close. Give him 10 more games of this, bro. He's like, hey man, my ankle. And he's gonna sit down. Like that's it. Like
yeah. It's a season shutdown on the way if it's not. It doesn't change. But if you had told me AD becomes a bad defender, not bad, but like
just
just
no
the black,
effort.
yeah, I'd be like, wow, nah, maybe he doesn't hit his shots, but offense on defense, nah, he's always gonna have that.
Hey, man,
No,
just keep doing it. Just a little bit longer because the Pels have their pick. And if it gets in that top 10, baby,
Has he peaked?
ooh we AD,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he peaked. I thought he peaked twice, but he
Because
definitely
he was
peaked.
really good in New Orleans. Just obviously it didn't go
And
far, but
yeah,
I think they were just two different styles of players. Like LA AD plays differently than Pelicans AD does, but peaked. That's not crazy
where's
to
he still in
say.
his prime?
I think age wise, yes, but I think his body is just bad. I think he has a bad body.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not crazy to say though, because it's every little injury. Like just last year, they were beating the Suns. They beat the Suns 2 games. He gets hurt, they lose in 6. Like season
So,
over.
so I made a comment. I'm hoping this is a judge free zone. I made a comment when the NBA all time 75 players when that list came out, and I said Anthony Davidson deserved to be on that list, and instead it should have been Dwight Howard. Um, I got some looks, but I just want to know your thoughts if that aged
I might.
well or
I don't. Uh, I'll say I think both probably does. Well, I think the 75 thing is just all marketing
yeah, of course, of
and
course,
politics. I do think Dwight was a
the
top
biggest snub.
But I'm
top three
saying,
center
yeah,
of our generation,
peak Dwight,
essentially.
yeah.
And like at the end of the day,
Just say Magic Dwight because every other
yeah. Peak Dwight,
Dwight.
Magic Dwight was unreal. Like, dude is like he was 6'9", which I didn't even know. He played so he played so big that I had no recollection as a young age that this dude is not like a 6'11" or a 7-footer. Like he played like he was because his athleticism. But like I don't think it's hot because I saw Dwight with my own 2 eyes, and I've seen Anthony Davis with my own 2 eyes, and I don't think like. And if you want to tell me Anthony Davis isn't Hall of Famer, yeah, everybody's a basketball Hall of Famer at this point. He's one of the 75 best players ever to play basketball. I think that dismisses a lot of individuals, and I
Yeah, it does.
mean, and you could argue like if Dwight shouldn't be there, I think Anthony Davis may not be there. I think the championship put him there, obviously, because
Mhm.
rings Rings are like quarterback, like wins aren't quarterback stats, quote unquote. Rings
Rings
are,
aren't player stats.
yeah, apparently, but they definitely are, and that's what holds a lot of people back. Granted, Dwight has a ring. Don't forget that, because I
Yeah,
just
but
With
did.
the
yeah,
Lakers,
with the
yeah, with
Lakers, yeah,
that
yeah,
same Lakers team, the same ring AD got, Dwight got it too.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's that hot of a take. I don't, and it's looking at it now. I mean, you hate to put injuries into consideration, but I mean, your career is the totality of what you do on the court, and AD is just he's
Not
not
been
on
on
the
the court
court
though.
because he's always laying on the court
Yeah,
in pain.
yeah.
So let's let's pivot real quick because I know you gotta skedaddle here soon, Chrissy. Super Bowl prediction. Who are you picking? Who do you think will be the real MVP? Because it will be Joe Burrow if they win, but who should be the real MVP? Or you predict will be it? And uh, do you have a score?
Okay. Who I think will win? I think the Rams will win. Who wins for Super Bowl MVP? I think Aaron Donald will get MVP.
Ooh,
She just stole
Um,
my flow, word for word, bar for
my bad.
bar, bro. That's crazy.
I think final score. I know all eyes are going to be on Cooper Cup, but I really think Odell has an explosive game.
I do
I
too.
think I think it's going to be a statement, a big metaphorical
Middle
F
finger.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
that. And I think final score 34-38 Rams.
Jesus.
damn.
Yeah. I was gonna,
Jeez.
you know what? I was gonna say
She said Aaron Donald's gonna win Super Bowl MVP, but they're still giving up
listen, man,
35.
the Bengals O-line has been putrid this entire season, but they have still been able to put up points.
They haven't
And they
seen
still
Aaron
got one of the
Donald yet.
best receivers in the league on the field. Jalen Ramsey gonna have a hard time on his hands, though. I think it's a mismatch, and I think a lot of people are hyping it up because it's wide receiver one, quarterback one, whatever. But I really think it's a mismatch. I think Jalen Ramsey should be on T. Higgins. If anything, I think that's a better matchup for him, in my opinion.
That's not
But
crazy. Okay, that's not crazy to say.
yeah, just that's just what I think. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals are able to run it up, honestly, on that defense. But I don't know. We'll see. If not 34-38, somewhere in the 20s. But I think it can go up. We've seen too many boring Super Bowls these last couple years. So
I like it. I would put all my faith in that Rams defensive front if that's what I was about. But
but you're not.
I'm not. I can't look at destiny in the face and turn away.
No, stop saying no. Stop saying destiny. It's your love for Joe Shiesty. Stop saying it's
Nah,
destiny.
man.
It's
Look what's
he,
happening on the field.
he,
Look what's
no,
happening
no, no,
on the
no.
field.
We see Joe Burrow in the Bengals jersey. Ethan sees him in the LSU.
LSU.
I
I
know
was
what
gonna say
you're saying.
it's a Louisiana
I
thing,
know what
man. Jamar
looking
Chase,
at
you being from
Jamar and
Louisiana, yeah, bro.
he sees
I
LSU
know.
jerseys on them. He doesn't see Bengals
Nah,
jerseys. I
nah.
know what this is, bro.
I see Bengals jerseys, but I also see divine. I see
Stop
divine
telling me,
intervention. This is
bro.
crazy. No, this they shouldn't be here. We
No, they
talked about
shouldn't.
this months ago, and I said, "Hey, man, the Bengals they might be able to do something just because they have the talent." I called them the Cowboys of the AFC, and unfortunately, they didn't have the part of the Cowboys that prevents them from going far.
That's because they didn't have Mike McCarthy as their coach. I
Hey, man,
digress.
people don't like Zach Taylor, and
I
he
digress.
might
Man,
end up being the new Mike McCarthy because
I doubt it.
Aaron Rodgers got them to the bowl and they won, and
I
Mike
don't think
McCarthy has
Zach
never.
Taylor is that bad,
I
bro.
don't think so neither. He's still a young-minded. What
But
tree
that's
did
what
he
I'm
come
saying.
off
Like
of? Do y'all know? I think he came off the
McVay,
McVay tree.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
he's
Yeah,
been there what 2-3 years, and he finally gets a full season of a quarterback.
It's okay
Bold.
because
Like
Sean
what?
Payton is coming to Dallas next year. So
Oh yeah,
have fun with that man.
I'm gonna hear that.
2023,
I can't wait to hear that all off
2023.
season, man.
He'll be
No,
taking
no, not this
Taysom Hill
season.
with him.
He'll be back. He'll
You
come.
know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hear this all. Yep, start the
He'll
cycle.
be taking
Start the
Taysom Hill
cycle.
with him. Please take him back.
Probably.
Oh, let me
But
get my.
nah, the Bengals, I think are going to win off the backs of. I don't think in the biggest moment of his career, I'm not putting my faith in Matthew Stafford because I would listen, Chrissy. You had him in fantasy. you know what happens with
Yeah, he
Matthew
sells. He
Stafford. He
sells. I
sells.
know. I know. He sells. He
And
led
I
the league
have
in pick sixes this year. He and that's another thing. It's like the Bengals are a very opportunistic defense. They got a solid front. They got hungry corners. Um, I mean, I'm not saying the nigga ain't gonna throw no picks. I definitely think he's gonna throw a couple picks for sure. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Quarterback wise, I'm going with Joe Burrow, but I'm not going against that Rams defense. I'm not, and I'm not going against a hungry Aaron Donald that like wants to win for the last 4 years since the last time he was in a Super Bowl. So
it's a strong take. Von Miller is a different animal, and
yes,
he's
exactly. I forgot about Vaughn too. Exactly. You got what?
crazy thing.
What's his name, man?
What were you looking at?
What's
Leonard
the other
Floyd?
linebacker? Yeah, Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, they have a crazy defense, but I'm gonna just say this, man. The moment I saw Joe Shiesty step over Chris Jones and escape a tackle
that was
and run for
crazy.
the first
Oh yeah, that was
down,
wild. Yeah,
that's when
yeah.
I knew, like, oh, they're going to win the Super Bowl. Like,
And he was like
that's
that in
it.
college too.
Exactly. He went in there and beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. He can do anything on this planet, as far
This
as
is
I'm concerned.
fair.
And he's gonna go to
But
LA and beat
the
LA.
ultimate, he hasn't seen 99 in that blue and yellow yet.
I'm telling you, man. I just told him. I don't know if you cut out for a second if you heard what I said, but I'm telling you, for a cat that's been hungry since 2018, that should have won at that time, but didn't because the quarterback stunk.
Hey, he gave up
I'm
10
telling
points
you.
in that bowl too. It's not even like they played bad. Like,
No, the Rams defense did what they needed to do.
yeah,
That was
exactly.
yeah.
But
So
I've never seen him that emotional. When he was pointing at his finger, like, yeah, I need that. I'm like, I'm
yeah,
scared for whoever wins. It was
that's what I'm
not. It was
saying.
nothing personal. It's
We just gonna have to. It's just gonna have to come to blows, man. But I
It
think
is.
the Rams gonna do it. I mean, not the Rams. But I think the Bengals gonna do it. Rashad, it seems like you're on Team Rams.
hey man,
Go ahead,
I'm gonna just
tell your
get it.
score because I
Hold on,
don't got
wait,
no
Ethan.
score.
Who's your
Who's
MVP,
MVP?
and what's your final score? You didn't
Oh, and
disclose.
real true MVP?
And don't you want to say Evan McPherson?
No, true MVP. T Higgins, no cap. I
Oh
think
wow, that's
I would
strong.
say I'd say Joe Mixon if I had to pick one.
I was gonna say him too, but I think
Not
T
Big
Higgins.
Mar, not
I think
Glomar.
I love Jamar, but I know a challenge I think they're gonna keep because he's their X factor for sure. If they silence him out on that field, it's gonna be a bad time. But I think that T Higgins is gonna have a big catch in that game that could be even Julio esque, and it's just gonna
Like when they
set it
went against
off.
the Ravens. You talking about like that type of catch? Was that against the Ravens? It
Hmm.
was like he went up there. It was like 3 cats on him.
Yeah, that was Baltimore. I
It
remember
was
that.
Baltimore,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
yeah. I think he's
Yeah, it
just
was
gonna have
Baltimore.
a OC catch and just seal the deal, and or it could be a defensive player. Even then, so I think the score, I think it would be like, I think it might be something like what's a real score I can think of. I don't even maybe like 30, 32-24 or something like that. Something
That's
like that.
realistic.
Maybe.
Russ
I
at
don't know.
32.
Somebody missing kicks, like
Yeah.
Shooter,
even
going for
though
shooter
two.
not missing though.
yeah, but whatever the real score would be right there, I can't think. I'm too stuck on CJ McCollum and I didn't get to talk about him. So that'll be next week. But yeah, Rashad, go ahead. Your MVP, your score.
If I pick a team, it's no hate against the Bengals. I love their players a lot, but it's too many players that need a ring for the Rams for them to mess this up. It's literally a home game too. Like it's literally a home game. So I'm gonna go Rams. Let's go 34-27. Yeah, 26 is weird. So I'll go 34-27.
Hey man,
Safe.
that's cool.
Okay, 31-17 then. Since I'm
Well,
safe.
then wait. Well, let me
So
say this
safe.
now. If we look through this playoff run all the way since wild card weekend, I think low key until the divisional. Let's say starting from the divisional, all these games ended with the walk off field goal. Does this game end up?
If this one does too, scripting is real because you can't. How do you do that many times?
Exactly. Yeah.
Accidentally, you know what I mean?
I think this game is gonna end off weird. I think it's gonna be a Bengals defensive play to seal the deal.
So Matt Stafford throws a pick then.
Pick
Yeah.
six.
Mm.
I see pick six. This is very reminiscent to that New Orleans Bowl because
Oh man,
I'm
do you
feeling it.
see all the
I'm
New Orleans
feeling.
propaganda?
I'm
You see it?
Yeah.
Do you see
I'm
it?
feeling
Beignets. Yeah, I
This
see
isn't the
it.
Bengals.
It starts with the name,
This is
bro.
LSU. This isn't the Bengals. This is
full.
LSU.
So if
All
it's
right,
LSU, you got to root for Odell too, man.
I love Odell. I always root
You
for
don't want to
Odell.
see Odell get a ring. That's crazy, bro.
I want
I
to.
never thought you'd be the guy.
I wouldn't be mad if he does. I don't. I listen. I have no dog in this fight for sure. But I
I
think
don't
it'd
think
be.
anybody does.
I think I just want a good game, and whoever wins, hey man, they deserved it. But I want to see Joe Burrow. I just want to see the chaos of like, what do you do with this? Because
Yeah.
because at a
That
certain
definitely changes the league for sure.
because it's like, is Jamar the best? Like in his year one, like when we like, because people thought Jamar was. I didn't think he was going to play for different reasons, but he was out of
Oh, he
football
said
for
that in his speech yesterday when he accepted his award. I don't know if y'all caught that,
yeah.
but I don't know if he was talking about the other stuff or the ball not catching it. That
Yeah, I
I
was
didn't know if
like,
he was talking
man,
about that.
but I didn't think he was gonna be an insta bust, and he ended up being the best rookie wide receiver
Was you
ever.
know?
After the last one was just became the best from the same.
Exactly from the same
So,
team.
and it was so clear that Jamar was better than Justin Jefferson at LSU, and both of them end up being this good. It's just unreal. Regardless, it's full send beignets. We gotta go ahead and try and wrap this up now before I.
Oh, I think I cut what's his name off. Rashad. You didn't say your MVP. My bad, bro.
Oh yeah. If I think the Rams are gonna win, dark horse MVP, Cam Akers.
Ooh,
Wow.
Because I
Might be on
think
to something.
No, because I think everybody's gonna come in like, oh my god, they're just gonna throw it all over the place to Odell and Cup. Like that's all they're gonna do is throw the ball. And like Cam Akers is still pretty good. And I don't think the Bengals have a bad run defense, but I don't think it's like, oh my god, we have to.
Still pretty good. He almost broke 2 men since he got back. What are you talking about? This man he's been a menace to society.
Who?
He is dangerous. Cam Akers.
Oh yeah, exactly. So a home game in the Super Bowl, and he has no expectation. Like nobody thinks he's gonna go off. I feel like he might can go for if they run the ball enough. He can go for.
I think they will. Got to manage
It's
the
just if
clock
he
sometimes.
scores, if he'll get the MVP or not. But they're giving it to Matt if the Rams win. We all know they give it to the quarterback unless somebody has an out.
If he throws more than 2 picks, he's cooked. He's not getting it.
Fact,
It's going to
that's true.
Aaron Donald.
quarterback stat.
What was I going to say? Oh, sorry. Before you close up, halftime show. Who is going to? I know we got a bevy of people performing. So who do y'all think is going to have the best performance?
Ain't Snoop Dogg in it too?
Mm-hmm.
Snoop, Dre, Eminem, Kendrick, Mary J. Blige. 5 people.
I think it's gonna have to be a combination of two because like I know Dr. Dre's not gonna do anything by himself.
He's
So
going to
it's
bring
either
people out.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Dr. Dre and Snoop, Dr. Dre and Eminem. It could be Kendrick by himself. Mary J. Blige is definitely like plus 12,000 to be MVP.
They're
Because-
saying that they're only allowing her to perform one song, and that's Family Affair.
Yeah,
That's
like,
that's disrespectful.
They not really. I don't know how they got her on, to be honest, because that just doesn't seem like her type of
Is
venue.
she not from Cali?
Not even that. I just don't understand.
No,
like-
her with that group is weird to me too.
Yeah, it's like this
Like
is
that
not-
grouping of people.
But I mean, hey, I think I'm always ride for my boy Kendrick, even though he got the Hotep bars on lock. So we just gonna see if he go out there and he do his thing. Yeah, that's why I'm going on that.
I just know Snoop's gonna be so lifted, the performance has to be good. So I'm putting him up there.
And it's
Yeah,
in
that he's
LA
gonna
too.
be literally lifted, but he's also going. Yeah, you know the vibes. The Super Bowl's in Cali. He's not gonna be.
He might.
He's not
sneak
gonna-
on stage. Yeah.
Who's gonna stop him? But
Nobody.
and I think if Dr. Dre and Eminem and Kendrick come out and do a little thing together, that'd be pretty fire. But I don't see it happening because that's too much rippity rap, and people don't like listening to actual lyrics nowadays.
Not no rippity rap. They're gonna perform Compton off of Mad City out there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they could play. Would they do Mad City? Because Kendrick hasn't shown face in how long? He can do whatever he wants to do.
It's been a little minute.
Yeah, he's been in Days of Vegas concert where he looked like Jesus, but I hope that's not the Kendrick that's coming out there.
Oh, you talking about with the little cloth?
Yeah, with the cloth.
Yeah.
You always got to be careful when dudes come out there like that. I remember when Charles Gambino did that, and I knew it was after him.
Yeah.
So
we haven't seen him since either. That's crazy.
That was the last time, and now he has a whole child, but it's full send and
it's full send, Benny.
It's full send beignets. Thank you, Chrissy, for coming out. Shout out Points Made Pod.
For sure.
Where can we check you out at? Shout yourself out.
Oh, I'm actually taking a social media break off Instagram. So just follow my handle over here for the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Boom.
On all streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms.
All right. Mr. Commanders.
Oh yeah. It's @DamageGC fan on Twitter, but on screen I'm @Damage Commanders fan. We're already going through some pain because every interview I see of a Commanders player is literally just making fun of the name. Like they're just trolling us. But that's not the point.
Just poverty, man.
Don't let us beat y'all this year. And on that note,
let me get where's my broom? Let me go get my broom.
We'll end it.
We sweep before they sweep us. Whatever, we even.
It's gotta go.